Everyone, welcome back. Let's continue from where we left off. Let's hear the next question. Next question is from Clover Kyozo. What you got?
What game gives you the most nostalgia from playing it as a kid? Because 3D Game Heroes reminds me so much of the original Legend of Zelda and A Link to the Past, and I had fun, like a lot of fun playing those as a kid, and this just brings back tons of memories of that. And I just wanted to know what kind of what games bring you back to your childhood like that, and which ones you had the most fun with as a kid.
I'm kind of confused about this question. I don't know if it's if I'm playing a modern game that takes me back to other games, or if I'm playing like a retro game and that takes me back to my childhood. So I'll answer it both ways. Currently, the WarioWare games always seem to take me back to games on the NES and around that era, because there are a bunch of mini games in there that are based on those older games, and I go, hey, I remember this game. Like, it's just got a twist to it. The other thing is, like, any game on the Atari 2600 really takes me back, just because that is the first game system my family had, and I did play that a lot. I hope that answers your question. It was kind of, I didn't know exactly how to answer it. Next couple questions are from DeathAdder83. Bring it on.
Question 1. What is your favorite fast food joint to eat at, and what's your favorite meal to eat at that fast food joint?
Oh yeah, my favorite fast food restaurant would have to be a place called Portillo's. Now, I'm not sure exactly what locations they have, but they are in Illinois, around where I am. There's quite a few of them. But they have the best hot dogs and hamburgers, I can think of. So, like, my favorite meal that I would get from there would be one hot dog, one hamburger, and fries. Sometimes cheese fries, and sometimes I'll just get a side of mayo to dip those fries in. Yeah, everything on the cheeseburger, everything on the hot dog. You can't go wrong that way. They're just so delicious. If you didn't notice, I'm wearing different clothes from my other questions, and that's because I decided to re-record this answer. So I'll take you back to the original recording now. Next question.
Question 2. If you could have a replica of Link's sword and shield, or a replica of Master Chief's body armor, which would you choose?
Well, seeing as how I'm not a big fan of Halo, I'm going to have to go with the Zelda shield and sword, but I already have a replica of that. This is a collector's box that came with the sword and the shield for Twilight Princess. And there was a soundtrack that was in there as well. But yeah, here's the sword and the shield, so I have the replica of that, and that's the answer I'm going to have to go with. Next question.
And number 3, and this one's important. Why are alligators so angry?
Well, alligators are so angry because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Next question is from the Video Game Junkie 99. Well, I think I'd have to buy a pinball machine. I've always been a bigger pinball fan than a video game fan. And the only reason I don't have a pinball machine is because, well, not the only reason, price is an issue, is because of space. And it's easier to have a lot of video games than it would be to have pinball machines. But in particular, I'd have to say, like, either the Addams Family one would be good, my favorite, The Getaway, High Speed 2, or even Medieval Madness, Funhouse. Oh, the list goes on and on. But yeah, those top 4, I love those. And maybe one day I will get a pinball machine. I'm looking forward to that day. The house I'm moving into definitely has space for it, so maybe in a few years. I believe you have a second question. What is it? Well, that's easy. I'd save the house, because that has all my stuff in it. Cheap answer, I know, but there was no exceptions to the answers, so I'd save the house. So, next question is from Yuki Slayer. What you got?
So I'm going to ask you, what retro game, or retro series actually, do you like better in the old series? Like it started out on like an NES or the Super NES or whatever. Then as time's gone on, you stopped liking it, but you love the old games of the series. So first of all, I want to ask you, what game is it that you like from the old school that the series have kind of changed and you don't really like it anymore? And why you like the old games of the series better than the new games in the series?
I almost couldn't think of an answer for this one, but then it popped in my head. Mario Kart, of course. Yeah, the original Mario Karts on Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo Mario Kart is not my favorite. My favorite Mario Kart is the one on the DS. But recently, Mario Kart on the Wii, I got to the point where I can't play that game anymore. Just because it is so luck-based. I play online, and I could be so far ahead of everybody, but they added 3 first-place killers in that game. You got the blue turtle shell, and I can't even remember what else there was in that game. There were 3 items in that game that affected everybody on the track. Lightning bolt, you had the ink blotter gut thing. I haven't played a game in forever. And then the game rewards you for using the wheel by giving you a gold icon for that. And I hated using the wheel, the motion sensing. I always used the classic controller for that game. And you just don't get rewarded for skill anymore in that game. It's all based upon, the luck you get. I mean, the items, you get the better items the further back you are in the track, instead of it being even for everybody. So, yeah, I mean, for Mario Kart DS, it's the same way too, but I don't know why, I just like that one the most. I really didn't like the Nintendo 64 one. It was okay for multiplayer at the time. The GameCube one was okay, but like Mario Kart Wii, that one just destroyed it for me. And if they're going to come out with another Mario Kart, they need to fix the issues with just luck. It seems like Nintendo wants everything to be luck-based, like Mario Party. Mario Party, you could be winning the game the whole way through, and then on the last turn, get all your stars taken away from you. So yeah, it's like Mario Kart is turning into Mario Party in a sense, and I think that'll answer my question. The Super Nintendo one. Alright everybody, it looks like I ran out of time on this video. I'll continue these questions in the next video, which should be uploaded the next day, barring any unforeseen circumstances. See you then.
On the left, dickweed!